I know there are a lot of you out there that are circling Nike stock as one that could be a potential buy on the dip opportunity. That's why I'm going to have increasing coverage on Nike stock over these next few months and perhaps throughout 2025, depending on the direction the company travels for the rest of the year. In this video specifically, I'm going to highlight a few factors that those of you that are interested in Nike stock need to know before you make a decision about buying or selling this business. I'm also going to share with you my proprietary discounted cash flow model for Nike to let you know what I've calculated as the fair value of Nike stock as it stands, as its current position vis-a-vis its headwinds, the tariffs, etc., etc. I've incorporated all of that into my cash flow valuation for Nike, which I will share with you in this video.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So Nike's management team discussed their third quarter earnings results with Wall Street analysts and investors. And one of the things they said is that in the third quarter, there was momentum in new product categories. However, that momentum was more than offset by declines in Nike sportswear and the Jordan brand, led by a double-digit decline in their classic footwear franchises. And this was surprising to me because the Jordan brand had long been one of the stalwarts of Nike's business, driving growth. And every time they launched one of the retro Michael Jordan shoes, it created a nice surge. They usually sold out, and these products were premium priced. You can think of the shoes being priced at $200 and above when these Jordan retro versions would be re-released on Nike's websites and stores. And so I'm surprised to see that even the Jordan brand underperformed for Nike. So Nike saying that these franchises decelerated faster than the overall business, with a more pronounced impact on Nike Digital. So these, even though their sales fell by about double digits, by about 10% across the board, the sportswear and Jordan brand fell by more than that. They decelerated by more than the rest of the business. And then the specific brands decelerated even more on the websites. So interesting developments here, something I was not expecting to see out of Nike. The brands that have been supporting the growth of the business, the core of the business, the reason why Nike had done so well for so many years, even these categories are now underperforming. So Nike's taking steps, right? Their teams have taken initial steps to reposition Nike Digital as a full price business. They remained competitive and promotional in December, finishing with strong holiday results. But starting in January and February, they reduced the number of days of promotion in North America and the Europe, Middle East, and Asia. This resulted in several percentage point improvements in demand at full price. And what this means is they're offering fewer promotions and incentives. One of the incentives I've seen less of lately is with the referral websites. I don't know if you all use this websites, but I use this website called eBates. And if you go through eBates and then you go to Nike.com, there's frequently a 10% cashback offered from eBates when you click through that website and go to Nike.com. I've used that website frequently when making purchases at Nike. And then on top of that, Nike will have promotions that will decrease the price of shoes by anywhere from 25 to 60%, depending on the color and size you choose. And so over the last, I want to say, year or two, I've been able to buy some Nike shoes that originally were priced at, around $200, and my end price would be somewhere in the $60 to $70 range. So I had been experiencing, and I had been trained to wait for those promotions to buy those shoes. So I wouldn't buy the shoes when they would first come out and they would be priced at full price. I would wait for the inevitable promotion and then buy it at the lower price. And so Nike didn't like that behavior from its customers. I'm sure they realized that from more folks than just me in that behavior. And so they want to stop that. And they want to get people to buy their products at full price instead of waiting for discounts and promotions to make those purchases. And if you've experienced promotions in the past and you've seen how a company operates, you kind of expect to see them again in the future. And so you just wait instead of making those purchases. So Nike is now trying to retrain consumer behavior in not doing the types of things like waiting for promotions. And this will take some time. This won't be an immediate reaction from consumers. Consumers will still be expecting these promotions from Nike. But as the year progresses and they see, oh, wait a minute, Nike's not doing these promotions anymore, I better change my behavior. And then I might, purchase sooner. But also, Nike might lose customers entirely. Right? So previously, I may have been waiting and making purchases when they offered the discount, and Nike's not happy about that. They want me to make purchases at full price, and they think that if they don't offer the promotions, I'll end up just paying full price for these items. But what might actually happen is I just don't buy these items at all from Nike. If I'm not getting these promotions, I'm not going to pay $200 for a pair of Nike shoes. That's unlikely. Unless it's a really attractive shoe, like one that I haven't seen on the platform for many, many years, like a rare Jordan retro shoe or something that I use more frequently and it's more important, like a basketball shoe, where the health of my ankles and the reduction of injuries is concerned. I might pay higher prices. But they've got to be careful with this strategy because it could backfire like previous strategies have backfired. So Nike says that they're creating confidence through the investments they're making in product engagement, commercial teams, and rebuilding the scale, talent, and capabilities of their sales organization. And this I 100% agree with here because I think Nike overstepped their strategy in the most recent few years in shifting away from wholesalers, deprioritizing those relationships with wholesalers. And if you're not going to prioritize wholesalers, then you don't need as many salespeople to deal with and work with wholesalers. And so that whole distribution network that used to be a strong competitive advantage for Nike was weakened under the previous leadership team. So I like to see the current leadership team prioritizing this channel once again. So now that we've gone through some of the strategic changes and challenges Nike faces, let me go through my discounted cash flow valuation model again. For Nike, the intrinsic value I calculated is $60 a share. The current market price is $65. So according to this calculation, I would say Nike stock is about fairly valued. And in most cases, I would say when an excellent business is fairly valued, I would love to buy at that moment. However, Nike is in a unique position in that it's under a major turnaround. And when a business is undergoing a major turnaround, the risks are temporarily elevated. So these aren't normal levels of risk for Nike stock right now as it's undergoing this major strategic shift. It's highly uncertain if the strategies that are being implemented right now will work out in Nike's favor. And so I'm not excited about paying fair price for Nike stock right now. And so instead of saying that I would buy Nike stock at this price, I'm actually waiting for Nike stock to be trading in the $50 range, in the low $50 range, rather than in the current, mid $60 range if I would be interested in buying. And I am interested in buying Nike stock. I would like to own Nike stock. I like its long-term prospects. I like the brand equity. I like its distribution networks, and especially now that they're rebuilding that, I like all of those things about Nike long term. I just want to buy this stock at a lower price to compensate me for the extra risk I would be taking right now in taking a chance in Nike under a turnaround strategy that's not yet been proven as something that's going to be effective in driving results for this storied brand. Hey everyone, I'm excited to announce that my book is finally available for sale. I've been working on it for more than a year now, so I'm really excited to finally share this with you now. It goes through my framework for evaluating stocks. Some of you often ask why I like this stock or why I like the other stock, and this framework provides you the things that I look at when I'm evaluating stocks. I've added the link in the description below.